Hi everyone, we have been studying fractions and we have said that fractions are part of the whole. When you divide fractions, you have to make sure that you divide equally. So these are the different ways that we can divide fractions based on what shape they are. In third grade, we focus mostly on the circle and also rectangles. But we also talk a little bit about all of the other ones. But the one thing I want you to notice is that each shape can be divided into equal pieces because each of these pieces or these unit fractions are copies of each other. They're exact copies. So for example, let me grab my pointer. So for example, let's look at this circle here. This is thirds because there are 3 equal copies. So the unit fraction for this would be 1/3. The unit fraction here would be 1/3. This would be 1/3. Once we add all of the 1/3 pieces together, we get 3/3, which is then equal to the 1 whole. Let's take a look at the next slide. It says fraction vocabulary to know would be numerator and denominator. The numerator is on the top. It's the number above the fraction bar. It tells how many equal parts all together. And the really important part is the parts need to be equal. And it's the how many parts you're talking about. You might be talking about 2/5 are shaded in. So there are 5 equal copies or 5 equal unit fractions. And 2/5 of them are shaded. So 2 of the 5 are shaded. And then we have denominator. That's the bottom number. The number below the fraction bar, it tells the total number of equal parts. So for this one, it is 5 equal parts. The unit fraction is a fraction with a numerator of 1. So for 1/3, you would have 3 equal pieces. The denominator, the bottom part, tells you how many equal pieces. For this one, you have 1/2. So there are 2 equal pieces to make 1 whole. Let's take a look at the next slide. You can pause the video here and draw these shapes. This is something we did in our lesson, our live lesson, and be ready to divide them. So if you need to pause, go ahead and pause and draw 4 of these, the same shapes, 4. Make sure that you make them big enough so you can split them up. So we are going to divide this one into halves, so that would be 2 equal pieces. This one here into 4ths, that will be 4 equal pieces. This one in 8ths, this one in 3rds, so 3 equal pieces. That's what I did here. I divided this one in halves, so there's 2 equal pieces. You could also divide it in half by going down the middle this way. This one's in 4ths or 4 equal pieces. This one here is in 8 equal pieces or 8ths, and this one is in 3 equal pieces or 3rds. So pause the video if you need to. And what I'd like you to do is put a unit fraction in each piece. So a unit fraction, remember, has a 1 on the top. And so go ahead and pause and do that. So here are our unit fractions for this. You have 1/2, 1/2. You put both of those halves together and you get 2 halves, and those would be equal, right? For this one, we have 4ths. Each one should be 1/4. And then if I added all of these 4ths together, I could count them by saying 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4. That equals 1 whole. So 4/4 equals 1 whole. Then we have 3rds over here.